You now sit in a room. There's still a large crystal in the center of this room, pulsing with a light blue energy as the nodes that you had impacted, uh, the two that remain still sit, or the one that remains still sits, active and pulsing. But the creature itself has been ripped and torn and destroyed by your friend Tunuk. As Amara sits there, a almost ethereal overprint of her fair features and dark tones, sits a bluish light, tentacly faced looking motherfucker as he stares at all of you.
Uh, are we gonna do something about? Uh, Rowan's going to point to his head and then like to Amara.
Timmy the Mind Flayer just looks at you. Because
Timmy.
I've never looked better.
You have destroyed the fungus that grew among the crystal. Thank you. I appreciate this.
Um,
Welcome.
Seems to move, and he starts moving. And Amara, your body, almost of your own, desire, starts to move forward.
happy to help you. Just kind of a mutual thing. Uh, is there any way we can maybe get you a new body so you can get out of my girlfriend's?
You like start lifting your hand, but it stops for a second and then continues moving. And you walk forward towards the pulsing crystal, and your hand is placed upon it. And as you place your hand on it, you begin to hear a series of whispers that just sort of permeate through your mind and only yours. As you stand there waiting, the individual whose name you do not have yet, concubines body momentarily, need to return. And his hand sort of flexes, and Amara, your hand flexes with it as it just seems to spread out over the crystal, and energy begins to pulse from his hand. You see as he seems to solidify a little bit more and then is drawn into the crystal out of you. And you still hear the whispering as your hand is placed on the crystal.
Thank you,
You see
Timmy.
the whole room sort of like boom, 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 as the one little node is pulsing with light.
I'm gonna look at Studer. Confused. Who's Timmy?
You're asking me?
Wait a minute. What? How can I hear all of you?
Oh yeah.
And much in the same way as like before you were hearing some voices, you're delving into this crystal as your hand is still touching it, and you're trying to focus on those voices and focus on the words that are being said, but there is definitely some of the intent behind certain voices speaking, and they're all speaking with a singular unified intent and a series of words that are all the exact same. And it says, you feel as something seems to almost twine its fingers between yours as your hand is on the crystal, but you don't see anything. And then something is in your mind with you. You feel a vibration rolling through your hand as it seems to be literally casing up your hand in a voice. And for the first time, all of you, the rest of you who are here, hear a singular sentence. Who are you?
We are the beacons.
Amara still can't really control her voice
So
as
she's
she
shouting,
is.
"Do you
So she's
all want
shouting.
to leave?" maybe do some repairs?
We can hear you.
What?
Tunuk,
It's not. The crystals are just a tool. They're just a conduit.
you feel a gentle hand, and you see it's like this claw almost places onto your mental and your mindscape shoulder. I was of another mind. As she's experiencing this, Amara is also it seems to be transmitting it to all of you, and you start like connecting dots together. And I'll let Rowan roll this one as
Nice.
well.
Yay!
Oh
Rowan can get back in the party. He can get up to
boy.
speed.
19.
Joining in the fun, Rowan.
Advantage? Even Rowan?
No, not Rowan.
No,
Maybe a
Rowan
strength.
doesn't get advantage
Rowan
just
doesn't get
because.
It would have been
Not
disadvantage if it wasn't for.
You're staring and seeing these visions of interconnectedness, of interlocking people. You realize whoever this tentacly faced person was, he had friends. He looks at you, made this for them to be remembered as they moved on. And he like sort of leans down as you see the portions of him that look like they had been chewed away and consumed begin to sort of flake a little bit.
No, 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 no. What's stay together?
Was only a matter of time. Looks, and Amara, you feel as your head turns in the real world, and you see as it stares at this desiccated body that's been torn and ripped asunder. Consumed what we were until it could not pull more. And he leans down. The node survives. All of you have experienced the touch of the node. And Tunuk, you feel a small vibration on your hip from the slate. Use mind power. And you see his like shadowy forms, large, gargantuan, ship dwarfing, shadowy forms begin to flash. They are still out there between the realities.
What are those things?
Evil would not begin to describe what they are. You see, lower half of him fades out, and portions of his upper torso begin to eat away.
We just met this guy. Oh wow. Sad.
I guess technically he was already dead. He's
Yeah.
just passing
Sympathies for
on.
Mind Flayer.
Amara's gonna like crouch down with her like hands on her knees and put her head in her arms, be like, it was a rather nice spirit, poor Timmy.
You hear a resonant sound echo through your minds as Amara says that in your head. All of you at the same time.
Is that going to be permanent?
Rowan is going to see Mara in like a distressed state, and he's just gonna sit down next to her and basically like go behind her and just pull her into like a big hug.
Can you imagine if you still had the AOL, you've got mail, but it happens every
You know what I
time
want?
you got a message.
Mail, motherfucker.
Bob Saget.
Did y'all fill in ink guys really quick?
These crystals are one like big, massive power cell conduit that literal whole fucking people's worth, civilization's worth could be stored in there, and they're gone now. They died, but we have it, and it is a jettisoned core of a much grander ship that was being attacked.
And Amara can telepathically speak to all of us through her brain.
Bigger than the astral dreadnought, scary bad things out there. You know,
Yeah.
it's like you are insignificantly small in the universe. No, I'm definitely gonna follow him.
Okay.
Anybody else wants to?
Anyone else? Y'all want to stay here? You want to go?
Ankle follow.
Okay. Ink
Yeah.
follows.
Amara's gonna grab Rowan's hand to follow, and while they're walking, she's gonna try to see if she can focus on his voice in her head, like if she can hear it.
We know we're having for dinner.
I feel like though I'm very familiar with what might be
Tunes
happening here.
into, man, I wonder if we can eat one of these things.
And
My
she's
will, so
gonna
simple, so perfect.
she's gonna look at Ink and just smile. And she's like, man, he would kill to be able to do this right now.
Ink, you hear, man, he would really kill to do this right now. That bitch just telepathically spoke to me. What?
What? What?
He turns around. You just walks up to her. What are you doing in my head?
Don't worry, I took off my shoes. It's cozy here. She just thinks back at you now. She's just gonna fuck with you.
You, Ink,
Oh
guys,
no,
you
I hate
lit-
this.
You literally see an image of like Amara in like a room in your head without her shoes on and like propped up onto your favorite chair next to your favorite bottle of liquor.
Oh, there's a pool
Drinking
table
from
in
your
here.
special cup.
No, not my cup. Not old Cuppy.